Hi guys, my name is Aaron Shapiro and I'm coming to you today from aBlogtoWatch.com. Please like and subscribe if you find these videos useful. Today we are talking about the Zelos Mako 500 m diver. I'm sure most of you have noticed kind of this sudden onslaught of micro brand watches in the watch world today at large. Some of these are great, some of these are not. Overall, I think that kind of this micro brand movement is a great way for independent designers to get their products to us without having to go through the supply chain of a larger company, all of that kind of stuff. Like I said, some of them are real great wins, some of them aren't, but Zelos that we're talking about here today is a big win, and I'm a fan. So just some brief information on Zelos. They are a Singapore-based watch company. They're run by a gentleman by the name of Elshin Tang, and kind of their whole thing is they like to use some exotic materials on their dials or for their cases. Bronze is really big with them. They'll use carbon fiber. They'll use meteorite. They actually are using a titanium Damascus as a case material for the upcoming chronograph, which is really cool. It's like different alloys of titanium that are forged together. Then when it's heat anodized, they turn different colors. All in all, a really, really nice use of that material. I know that as Timascus from like the custom knife world. It's cool to see it being used in the watch world now too. So, a little bit about the watch itself. We have a 40 mm case, a 46.2 mm lug to lug, 20 mm lugs for straps. And I will say that typically when I am looking at a watch and it's coming in at a certain price point, these were originally available at $399. I feel reasonably comfortable that I'm going to know where I don't really know how to say it, where there were sacrifices made to meet a price point. And typically case finishing is one of the first places that happens. Not on this watch. And I was very pleasantly surprised. As you can see here, you've got these really nice brushed sides and brushed lugs with polished bevels. You can see there. Really, really cool. And it's just overall really nicely done. You can see kind of this curved out crown guard there. Just very nice case work with an engraved case back. Really, really cool. I'm a big fan. Like I said, it's got kind of these squared off lugs that remind me of like the Seiko 62 MAS or the SBDC 051 or 53, the 6R MAS reissue, if you will. I think it's just great. It looks nice. It is about 15 millimeters thick, so it does wear kind of chunky there. It's not gonna. It's kind of a good balance between the 40 mm size and then the thickness to really give you a feeling of a robust tool dive watch on your wrist. I like it. So kind of moving on a little bit to the case and the dial, you can see here that you have this domed raised sapphire crystal. I'm always a fan of a raised sapphire crystal. I've liked them for years. They're always kind of what I go for. There isn't really any apparent anti-reflective properties to this crystal. You can't really see me in it, but overall I do really, really like it. The dial itself, you can see it kind of has this radial wave pattern swirl thing, which gives it kind of a sunburst effect in the right light. All the indices here are applied and loomed really nicely, and you can see the double indice on the 12, 3, and 9 o'clock with the date window at 6. In addition to that, you have this 120 click ceramic bezel, which is all loomed as well, and then these single minute dots as well as the minute track out here additionally is loomed. So there's a lot of information on this dial. There's a lot of loom going on, and I think it's really cool. I think we could have lost perhaps some of the indicators on the chapter ring here that just would have toned down some of the numbers and the dots and stuff that are on the dial. But overall, I'm a big fan. I really like these kind of sword spear shaped hands, this big seconds hand with the loom kind of lozenge here at the top. And then I really like sort of that trapezoidal date window where the date wheel matches the dial color. All of those are really great touches. The problem with the watch, and the thing that caught me, was this tiny little crown. It's a 5.4 mm crown, which is loomed. That Zelos logo is full of loom. But the trouble with it is it's just a little bit difficult to use. If you're going to unscrew it or anything like that, it's just tough to get there. And then when you're screwing it back in, and I don't know, so this has a Sellita movement in it. I don't know if all Sellita movements are like this, but you are kind of fighting that winding resistance as you screw that watch, or as you screw that crown back in. Minor gripe, ideally if you're wearing this watch a lot, you're only going to be setting the time once. So So there you go. Kind of moving on, the movement is a Sellita SW200. Not a whole lot to say on that. It's a proven reliable movement. I'm glad they went with a Swiss movement on this. It is really cool. The strap options that it comes with are this Tropic replica rubber strap here. And they include this really cool signed buckle that has kind of the polished chamfers that are mirrored on the case. And then it also comes with what they call their waxed leather strap. I have not used this strap. It is fairly stiff, but I don't know, maybe I'll give it a shot. Let's see. I think that's about it, actually. Let me give you guys a wrist shot really quick. Let me pull off my IWC here. So the Zelos Mako, the pricing structure that they did was interesting. I mean, Zelos kind of has its roots in Kickstart Watch territory, and Kickstarter Watch territory rather, and they started their watches at $399. And then as they sold their watches, the price went up. So from every like 5 or 10 watches, whatever they sold, the price increased. So now that watch is available for $749. In my opinion, I think the Mako is underpriced at $399 and overpriced at $749. I think a $500 to $600 price would be just about perfect on this watch. And I think that you get a lot for that money. So all in all, I do think that the Zelos Mako is a really great example of a micro brand diver. I can think that it really shows the attention to detail that Zelos put into their watches. There's a lot of lume, there's a lot of great finishes, and it's running a really reliable Swiss movement. I think it's designed well, albeit a little bit busy on the dial. So yeah, I mean, I think all in all, the Zelos Mako is a great watch for you if what you're looking for is a reliable 40 millimeter dive watch that has kind of that tool nature to it, but also has a little bit of refined class to it. I think this would look well with jeans and a button down, as it would with a business casual kind of attire. I don't really see this with a suit all that much. It'd also be really nice on a NATO. So that's it. To see a better review and more pictures and all of that good stuff, head over to aBlogtoWatch.com, and I'll see you guys next time.